What is death? Do we know what happens when we die? Does anyone know if we exist beyond this life, or is death really the end?
Death is a transformation of consciousness from this physical domain, which is by and large illusory, to another dimension of existence that is apparently so far beyond what we experience here in the physical realm that we can't even describe it in earthly terms.
Well, my belief is, and I think it's consistent with the Catholic tradition, is that once we pass beyond the veil, everything will be revealed. Not only everything about creation, but everything about ourselves. And so in one sense, then, you could say that death is one part of that process of self-discovery.
Almost all people that have had a glimpse beyond the veil of death and have had some encounter with what we as Latter-day Saints would call the spirit world, or as Emanuel Swedenborg would call heaven, or my evangelical Christian friends would call heaven. But almost all of them speak of the overpowering, overwhelming, all-encompassing, all-consuming sense of love.
What I realized is, wow, that's God. At the highest level, that's the Almighty. And I actually began to become fearful. I thought, wow, I'd grown up thinking life's a test and I'm going to be judged, and I'm holding my little boy who died because I wrecked the car. You know, I cut his life short because I lost control or dozed off. And suddenly there felt like there was physical arms that wrapped around and just held us. And then there was this download, this overwhelming communication. And I was told there's nothing to forgive.
We get censured so much when we experience something that is outside of other people's reality system, but yet to actually share that you've been out of your body, to actually share that you've been somewhere else, trying to share these things, I really admire them for their courage.
The moment your heart stops beating, of course, immediately blood stops flowing to the brain. 10 to 20 seconds after that event, the EEG, or electroencephalogram, which is a measure of brain electrical activity, goes absolutely flat. There is no measurable brain electrical activity. It should be impossible to have any kind of conscious memory at that point in time, and yet, literally by the thousands, people have reported near-death experiences under those circumstances.
People on the boundary of death, very often declared dead and then pulled back, they describe experiences. We've been able to classify them. They have a structure to them very often. They appear to happen at a point in time when it at least appears scientifically that the brain is not functioning.
And I believe that there is so much that we don't know about end of life, and that those who are dying are almost, have a key. That if we allow that key to open, and if we're not afraid of what is there as the key is turning, there's so much we can gather.
What I'm saying is that there is something much more. There is something bigger, more powerful, more universal, more connected than what we have discovered with science to date.
Discover what science, religion, and those who have died and come back have to teach us about what comes next.